Well, it's 2014, a brand spanking new year with brand spanking new consoles to kick it off with. A quick browse through all the anticipated games of 2014 returns a lot of the same hits. Destiny, Dark Souls 2, Titanfall, all extremely well-known games from established series and developers, and while they're all sure to be fantastic, there's some other games in development out there that deserve some of the limelight. Starting off with...
Number 5. Nosgoth. Those of you familiar with Nosgoth, the world of the amazingly epic game series Legacy of Kain, should be interested to know of a new game being developed based on the series. The first, in fact, in over a decade. So get excited! Okay, well, not that excited. Bring it down a notch. I mean, this is number 5 on the list. Nosgoth is a free-to-play, team-based, third-person melee combat shooter hybrid with 2 factions based on the world created by the Legacy of Kain series: humans and vampires. For something to compare it to, think Aliens vs. Predators. Basically, each match is a self-contained battle on a variety of different maps where you may choose to play as the sneaky melee bruisers, the vampires, or the long-range weapon-wielding humans. For true fans of this amazing series like myself, this may come as extremely disappointing news, as the focus of the games has always been a deep, immersive story with more layers and twists than M. Night Shyamalan could ever dream of, and this game is, well, pretty superficial. However, I, for one, think this game is a really great thing for the potential revitalization of this nearly dead several times over series. How so? It's a game. A Legacy of Kain game, guys. Guys, it's a Legacy of Kain game. I know it's not what we were looking for per se, but we should lend it our support. Check out the official site at nosgoth.com and the reveal trailer. Number 4. Outrise! This game just very recently caught a lot of traction only a matter of days ago when they released their first concept art pics and gameplay style synopsis over at their official site, Outrise.com. Outrise's developers describe the game as a game about multiplayer boss fights and asymmetrical gameplay. What does that mean? Well, compare it to Shadow of the Colossus. No small creatures or robots or what have you everywhere to fight every step of the way. Just bosses, baby. Big, huge, gigantic, tough as nails bosses. But what do they mean by asymmetrical gameplay? Well, the boss isn't just huge, nasty, and able to kill you in one tap of its little toe. It's also controlled by a real, live player. That's right. They seek to undertake the number-balancing nightmare of making it possible to allow one extremely overpowered player to fight against legions of smaller players. Now, if that's not ingenuity, I don't know what is. It's still in the incredibly early days of development, so obviously there's no gameplay footage to show. But this could shape up to be the new powerhouse series no one ever saw coming. So head on over to their site and sign up for the newsletter to keep an eye on its development. They'll even reward you with the Founder Forum title just for signing up. It takes a lot of guts to build something so unprecedented up from the ground, so let's show some support and make Outrise the success story we all did see coming. Number 3. DC Universe Infinite Crisis. Do you like DC Comics? Do you like League of Legends? If you answered yes to one or both of those questions, or even if you didn't, you should still keep watching. Introducing a game that's so far along in development, I was shocked when I only just heard about it recently. DC Universe Infinite Crisis. Infinite Crisis is a real-time strategy hybrid in the same tradition as Dota and League of Legends, and it wears its similarities to League of Legends and other MOBAs, multiplayer online battle arena games, on its sleeve. The setting for the game has to do with the many, apparently infinite, different dimensions that make up the DC universe, which each sport the same characters, like Batman, only drastically different versions. These dimensions have always been separate, but in Infinite Crisis, some crazy comic thing has happened to make them all collide, so now everyone has to fight, Makes sense, right? As far as ingenuity goes, Infinite Crisis isn't blazing any new trails here, but it is exciting for MOBA fans and DC fans alike to be able to play in a League-style match using iconic characters. The whole multiple dimensions thing means there'll be multiple versions of the same character, like Batman and Nightmare Batman, two different characters already posted as playable on their site, and a whole lot of iconic DC goodness to go around. It's not too late to sign up for beta, but applications will be closed soon, so get on over there if you're interested in being one of the first to skillshot a batarang into someone's face. Guess what? Batman thought about it again, and he's totally cool with killing some bitches. Number 2! EverQuest Next. Remember back, I don't know, 15 years or so when a little game that went by the name of EverQuest came out? Yeah, me either. Just kidding! Of course we remember EverQuest. It's like the grandfather of all MMORPGs. I have fond memories of 10-minute loading times on my 56K capable store-bought Dell and being brutally murdered by frogs in the starting zone of my home city of Cabalus at the tender level of 1 and age of approximately 30 seconds. EverQuest didn't coddle you like these here fancy modern MMOs. It hated you. Of course, the slow speed and shoddy graphics of EverQuest eventually caused it to fade away, and EQ2 was met with modest at best success. But the EverQuest franchise is back again, bringing something totally new to the table. EverQuest Next is dumping the old WoW skill tree model and seems to be embracing a more active, fast-paced approach to travel and combat, giving you only a few abilities to manage based off of things like race, class, and weapon combinations, and allowing much more active exploration of the world, like being able to vault obstacles rather than getting stuck on the invisible walls around them, like most other MMOs. Interestingly enough, it also has a companion game to run alongside it, but separately, known as EverQuest Next Landmark. This is the most ingenuitive and exciting part of the game, as it is a resource-gathering and building-based sandbox world in the vein of Minecraft, with seemingly limitless building capabilities. The entire world is made out of voxels, tiny particles that make up everything, allowing for environment destruction and total recreation. It goes far beyond the customizability of Minecraft, allowing you to make almost anything you could dream up without the limitation of needing to be block-shaped. Words cannot describe how excited I am for EverQuest Next. I've been saying for years now, ever since I got burned out on WoW, that the next great MMO would have to change up the entire formula of the MMO to re-engage a gaming populace that's grown tired of that same old approach that WoW perfected and all future MMOs have sought to replicate. That's what EverQuest Next is trying to do. I have so much more to say about this game, and will in the future, but for now, go check out their site at everquestnext.com and see how in-depth this game really seeks to be. It's incredibly ambitious and highly player feedback oriented. I suggest participating in their roundtable program, where they pose a weekly question about how the game should be developed. It's aiming to please and truly bring something new to the table, so, again, as with all of these great up-and-coming games, let's show some support and tell the developers what we're looking for in the next great MMO. Number 1! Dragon Age Inquisition. Of course. For anyone who knows my channel, you knew number 1 had to be Inquisition. Unfortunately, not too much has come out on the subject since about 4 months or so ago at PAX Prime, when about a half hour of gameplay was shown, and it looks amazing. I'm not going to include it here in the video, because the only video available of it is from attendees who filmed the projector, but it's out there if you'd like to view it. The most recent news came about 3 weeks ago from blog.bioware.com, when executive producer Mark Dara posted a short update. The most important information to come from that update is that the main storyline of the game is playable from start to finish, and that they are now working on adding in the more minor but extremely important content like trees and realistic environment textures. The best news is that we are definitely getting Inquisition this year. Most likely fall, though no release date has been named. I am so unbelievably excited for this game that 2014 for me is essentially the year of waiting for Dragon Age.
Thanks for checking out my 2014 forecast. I hope maybe you learned something, or at least have a new game to look forward to. I'm nearing completion on a review of X and Y, if I can ever stop playing it long enough to finish it. Check me out. And I'll also be making updates on these games, and some compilation videos with my pal Dookie are in the works, if we can ever stop playing League and Pokemon long enough to be productive.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, Dookie Shed here, and as you heard my broski Clash say, we will be doing a few things together in the future, some collaborative efforts, because I've known him for, I don't know, 16 years. You know, he lives right next to me, and we can just do whatever we want, man. It's gonna be fun. Stay tuned. It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good old freaking wow. My bed is a wreck. I gotta go take care of that. Bye!
Till next time.